All right, good afternoon, everyone. I know I'm coming on a Sunday night, but I'm not going to be coming on in the morning because we're coming off of spring break. I know a lot of people are going to be around trying to get themselves together and straighten out to return back to school, or they got children who are going to need to go back to school. And so I know it's going to be really busy tomorrow, but if you get a chance, I hope that you get a chance to look at this video that I am on recording on tonight live, because when God laid this on my heart, I just can't lay down on it. And a lot of times, a lot of things over the spring break have been shared with me. And so when God brought it together, this is what he says. And I don't know who all might need to hear this, but he said, do not sell yourself short. Stop selling yourself short. What do you mean by that? Get focused on whatever your goals are. Stop allowing other people to tell you what you're not worthy of. You can do anything that you put your mind to. And stop going to God asking him for stuff and yet doubting him because it's not working out as fast or in the way that you think it should be working out. Your life belongs to him. Everything about you, everything about me, it belongs to him. We all get discouraged sometimes. We all want to throw in the towel sometimes. We all feel like we at our wits' end. But we got to hang in there, because when we give up, we sell ourselves short. Why is it so easy for not just talking to you, but even with myself? We have to do self-evaluation. Ask yourself the question, why is it so easy for me to want to throw in the towel? The answer to that, I feel like God gave me that answer to share. Because you're not focused, because you're losing focus, because things are not working out as quick and as fast as you would like for them to. But you know what? See, whatever you don't finish, you will have regrets. You may not feel like it right now, but people who have done that, who have just stopped midstream in their dreams, in their goals, in their ambitions, and they just stopped. You know why? Because they got what we call defocused. You stop looking at all the work that you've already done. Don't you know that every hallway has more than one door to it? When I walk into my office in the mornings, there are about 7 or 8 other doors outside of my door, running straight down that hallway, and then there's doors on the back hallway. So guess what? That's a message to me, a reminder to me, and it's a reminder to you. Every time you open up a door and a door gets closed in your face, God got some other doors he's trying to open up for you. It's some doors that you can turn that lock and it's going to open. But there's some doors that are locked and you're not supposed to go in those doors, because that's not the doors he has for you. But every door that he has for you, he will allow that door to open. Every building that you go in, that there's a hallway, there's more than one door. So if God put more than one door, he gave the architect the sense enough, the ability, when you build this building, that you got to have more than one door. Don't you know he's telling us that too? Because he's opening up some avenues for you. And the only reason why you can't get through them is because you keep stopping, because you keep looking at what somebody else is doing. I talked a couple of weeks ago, stop looking at other people's commercials. That's not yours. You building your own life. You building your own future. You building a foundation for yourself and your loved ones, whether it's your children, your grandchildren, whatever the lineage is. And young people who are just not starting out on this road, who see you, if they're going to mimic what they see. You cannot just tell children to do something when you won't even do what you telling them to do. If they see you quit, if your children see you quitting, they gonna quit. If your grandchildren see you quitting, they gonna quit. What are you doing? You building a foundation that every time something doesn't move or go quick enough in your life, you start crossing the street. Well, guess what? If you start teaching young people to cross the street every time an obstacle gets in their way, they're going to be crossing streets the rest of their lives. That's not building a foundation. That is running away from your goals and your dreams and your ambitions. And you have to stop and ask yourself, am I living for me or am I living for everybody else? We say we want to leave legacies. I know I do. I know most of us at my age and older want to leave legacies for their children, but you don't want to leave legacies of fear and frustration and throwing in the towel and giving up on life just because something is not going your way. We have to live a life before these young people to let them know, even though you have some obstacles, even though people will shut doors in your face, God will send somebody to open that door up. God will do that. Stop acting like, let me back up here a little bit. See, because I know that he wants this to get out. So I want to take my time and slow down just 1 minute, because I want whoever view this to get this. When you ask God stuff, you can't ask him like you asking in a mist. What do I mean by that? You go to him, you ask him for stuff, and because stuff is not going your way, you say, forget God. Then you start doing stuff. You ask him like he's not going to give it to you. You ask him like he got to do it right now. He's not working on your timetable. God don't work with time. He deals with eternity. So anything you can ask him when you was 5, you can ask him at 10, you can ask him at 15, and it just goes on and on. And I don't care if you're 80 years old. If you go to God, God hears you. See, he deals with eternity. He's not like everyday people. He don't get tired. But he got sometimes he say access denied. And when he deny you of something, it's just because he know if I give that to you, that thing gonna mess you up. Some things and some people, God got to move them out your life. He got to move them out your life because they're stumbling blocks. See, some people that's in your life, they were supposed to have been gone out your life. You done kept them people in your life 30, 40, 50 years, and God only intended for them to be there for 3 days. You kept them there because every time God tried to move them, you turned around and found a reason to keep them there. And what happened? Everything that they bought worked against you. But you can't blame that on God because that's something that you done because what? You weren't focused. You got to stay focused. You got to believe in what you're doing. You got to believe that I'm going to trust God. I know this thing don't look like I want it to look. I know it's not coming together as fast as I would like for it to come together. But God say, they that wait upon him, he gonna renew your strength. You gonna mount up with wings as eagles. You gonna run and not be weary. You gonna walk and not faint. And then you know what else he said? Even the youth, the young men shall fall. That means, look here, he ain't just talking about men. He ain't just talking about young boys. He talking about human beings. We fall in our younger days. We mess up along the way. But he said, I'm going to renew that. I'm going to renew your strength. When I renew your strength, you got to get back up again. You got to go after this thing again. You got to know that I'm in charge of whatever you're doing. I know what you're doing. I knew what you asked me for when you first started out on this thing. I heard you. I didn't become deaf just because it's not working out like you think it ought to work out. See, let me tell you something. When I say do not sell yourself short, that ain't me saying that. That's God talking through me. Stop selling yourself short. Stop telling people you don't know how to run your life. Because every time you throw your ideas out the window, every time you throw out and don't pay attention to what you believe in, every time you get off of that road that you was traveling to your success, that is what you are saying. I don't know how to do this. Y'all tell me what to do. I don't know. Because every time that you can't make a decision, you telling somebody else to take control of your life. And nobody is worth controlling your life. Nobody. I don't care. You can love people to death. But let me tell you something. They got their commercial and you got your commercial. And your commercial is not as important to them as your commercial. It should be important to you. That's how life works. You got to stand on that. That don't make you less than nobody. See, you count yourself short because you're trying to live out what somebody else wants you to do. Let me tell you something. There's a lot of people don't like Alexa, but I ain't got nothing to do with that. It's a lot of people don't care for you, whoever you are, but you ain't got nothing to do with that. That's they hang up because God put in you what he wanted in you. Every gift that you have, that came from God. That was your gift from God. And God equipped you. Everything that you need, God done already gave it to you. He said, when you sitting here, you just gazing at people. You gazing at somebody, you watching somebody else's commercial. See, I got a commercial. I was sharing with a young man the other day, and he ended up with tears in his eyes. And I said, you know what? That's because you're looking at somebody else's commercial. Let me tell you about that commercial. See, in my commercial, let me talk about my commercial. As a little girl coming up, a lot of children, I have 13 of us. Children, that's just children. That's not counting my mama and my daddy. And we were poor. And a lot we just didn't have. But we grew our own food. We picked our own vegetables. We did those things. And you know what? It taught us how to stick together because our parents taught us you stick together no matter what. See, one can't have something that the other don't have because we're going to come together and make sure that everybody can have something. See, it ain't all about no money. Because now we got more money, and so then we began to mistreat one another because, see, God, that was God's blessing when he blessed your family. So you decided, I ain't going to mess with them no more because I got a little bit more than they have. But see, God ain't pleased with that. And I'm just speaking to you. I'm just birthing out what he put on the inside of me. I can't criticize nobody because I got some flaws just like everybody else. But look here, let me tell you something. In my commercial, I went on from there and I was in the schoolhouse and I remember being sick. I remember having acne real bad. Just a lot of things, that we didn't have that other kids had that mocked me, okay? But I ain't trying to just make this about me. I'm talking about in life. In life, see, some of the people had them same experiences that I had. Some people had the same experiences. But then I began to grow up in life. And before I even graduated from high school, 2 weeks before graduating, I was burying my mother. So my mother never saw me graduate. She never saw me graduate from college. She never saw me graduate from high school. She never saw none of my accomplishments because God took her home. See, you don't never know how your commercial gonna go. Your commercial don't look like my commercial, but it's still a commercial. Then I lost my dad 10 years later. Then I lost my youngest brother. Then I turned around and I lost my oldest brother. And then I get married. And I'm just moving through this thing because I can't take all night. I'm just pushing it out because I know some of y'all's story can relate to mine. Okay? Then I lose my husband. You know what I'm saying? That's my commercial. And I had to learn how to live with all of these losses. I had to learn how to live with that. But one thing that I know I could not do, I could not give up. You can't give up because guess what? Those people that have gone on into glory, they want you to keep living. They want you to keep pushing. They want you to keep believing. They want you to keep standing up. They don't want you crossing the street. You don't have to keep on and on and on and on feeling down because they're not here. Because guess what? They are right here in your heart. Right here in your heart. They right here. I just a couple of like last month lost my dear sister-in-law. I mean, like you just always losing somebody. But out of everybody that you lose, every last one of us can say we might have lost them on this side. But guess what? They fought their fight. You got to fight your fight. They lived out their commercials. You got to live out your commercial. You can't give up. You have to keep going. And it don't matter who don't like it. See, the reason why 97% of the people in society do not know where they're going in life, because they looking at somebody else's commercial. That means somebody else's life. Some people can't take the things that I took in life, the things I went through. It's some things that other people went through that I probably couldn't make it through, because God didn't send me down that road. He sent me down the road I was supposed to be on. He did that. God did that. And He's doing the same thing to you. He know how everything in your life is going to play out. He know everything about your life. You can lay down well tonight and get up sick in the morning. And that's the truth. But you know what? The people that you have in your life, listen to me closely. The people that you have in your life, that 3% that's focused, that 3% that know where they're going, that 3% that love you whether you got something or not, that 3% who want just as much for you as you want for you, because nobody should ever want more for you than you want for yourself. That's not a good deal there. If you don't want it and they want it more than you, we can say that about children. If you want something for your children more than your children want, they ain't gonna never get it done. And all you gonna do is get frustrated. So what I'm saying too, when I say do not sell yourself short, get away from that 97%, because that 97%, they don't know where they're going. They doing something different every month. But that 3% of society, they pretty much feel like I can do anything. And you know why they feel like that? Because they stay the course. They stay the course. Stop selling yourself short. And the only reason why you sell yourself short, you stop believing in yourself. You do that. You can't blame nobody else for that. You do that. You know why you do that? It's because you hanging around that 97% that have no idea where they going in life. See, we want to be around the crowd. Not me, because I don't like crowds. I get nervous in crowds. But there are people who do. But let me tell you something. That crowd, it's gonna come a dead end road after a while. Crowds disperse. If you got around 10 people every day, you're dealing with 10 different personalities. And that's the truth. Stop selling yourself short. You are more than what you think. Stop starting stuff and not finish it. If you start it, finish it. Let me say that again. If you start it, finish it. Whatever you start, finish it. It's a lot of people. I will say this. It's a lot of people who don't believe in what I do. Just like it's a lot of people who don't believe in what you do. But what that got to do with you? See, because God can't grow you when you keep on looking at the people, because you ain't looking at God. And when you start looking at the people, you're going to lose focus. Sometimes people got to get out of your life. Because if they stay there, I'm telling you, if they stay there, they're going to stagnate you. They're going to stagnate you. They're going to make you feel like you're not even worth it. They're going to make you feel like, see, that's that 90%, 97%. I'm telling you, I study this stuff all the time. I study behavior. I got the degrees on the wall. And the money that was spent to get them done. Because that wasn't given to me free either. But how you going to grow in yourself if you never invest in yourself? You investing in everybody else, but you don't invest in yourself. How you do that? do you sit up day in, day out, year in, year out, and feel guilty about investing in yourself? And guess what? This is a valuable lesson. My late husband taught me this. You step easy and move light. Stop telling people everything you doing. They look up, it's done. That's it. See, because you don't know who out of that 97% of people that's in your life, because all of us got some 97% people and we got some 3% people. See, out of that 97%, you dealing with, out of 100, you dealing with 97 different personalities that have no clue on where they going. Why are you sitting there trying to tell people what you doing? Just do it, get it done, and then put it out there. You lose focus when you trying to make sure everybody know what you doing. It's nobody's business. Whether I got a little or a lot, that ain't nobody's business. Because you don't know who in that 97% that want to take you down. You don't know who in that 97% is praying against you. You don't know who in that 97% is setting up barriers for you. Because in that 97%, you got 97 people. I'm just dealing with the number 100 that don't know where they going. You think they can tell you where to go? You think they can help you out? See, because you following the crowd. See, I like the 3% because only the 3% of people that's around you in your life, I know that's a small number, but they know where they going. You can read it. You ain't got to take it from me. I read a lot. I love reading, but I also practice. And I'm telling you, things will come, people will come and go out of your life. Don't get caught up in them. You thank God for the 3%. And you ain't got to be looking at them every day. Because if you need them, they coming. That's the 3%. Because they know where they're going in life. But 97%, they have no clue where they're going. Why you got them there? Because the 97%, you always got to be the giver. Because you got to remember one thing. They not stable no how. I had a young lady years ago told me. She said, oh, Miss Electra, I wish I had your life. I say, no, you don't. You just wish you had what you see right now. And all you see is what I show you, but you don't know how I come to work and I go home and I break down. You don't know nothing about that. You just see Miss Electra here helping you in the education system. But you don't know how I go home. You don't know what happened to me when I go home. You want what you see me present before you. And this is what we got to teach these young people. People show you what they want to about their commercial. Yes, they do. Everybody show you the good stuff. Nobody shows you the struggle. Nobody that I know show you the struggle. So, I just wanted to get on and share that with you this afternoon. Well, because I'm not going to be live in the morning. But I wanted to just, that's what God laid on my heart. So I put it out there. But I did want to also let you know I've got several interviews coming up, live interviews. I got one this Wednesday, and then the following Thursday I'll have one. And then on April 6th, I'll have another interview. Live interviews with real people telling real stories. So, anyways, you guys go on and have a wonderful afternoon. I know sometimes I get really excited and my voice escalates. I'm sorry about that. But I just thank God for just giving me the opportunity as he laid things on my heart and I push them out. All right? So, y'all have a wonderful afternoon, rest of the afternoon, And I'll see you guys on Wednesday. All right. Bye bye.